Brought to you by the Every Dollar app. Start budgeting for free today.
Normal is broke and common sense is weird, so we're here to help you transform your life. From the Ramsey Network in the Fairwinds Credit Union studio, this is The Ramsey Show. I'm Ken Coleman. Rachel Cruze joins me, and we're here for you. 888-825-5225. 888-825-5225 is the number to jump in, and we would love to coach you up today. We start off with Dan in Grand Rapids. Dan, how can we help you today?
My wife and I are preparing to retire. Matter of fact, her last day of work is tomorrow. Mine will be the beginning of February, so 40 years of effort towards this.
Dan, how are you?
Very good.
Dan, I got to ask you this. This is, I mean, we men have to unite because we don't do this well, and we got Rachel here to help us on this. Before we dive in, what is the plan when she finishes the day tomorrow and she wraps it up and comes home? Do you got something planned?
We don't. It actually came on pretty quick. We both had this date in February picked, and then her department dissolved, and they said you can either take a buyout or you can transfer to another department. So this all happened for her in the last 3 weeks. So.
Okay, but presumably she's excited about this?
Oh, absolutely, yes.
Dan, listen, I don't want to spend too much time on this. Rachel's here to back me up. This is where you got to step up. I mean, you got to do something special. She comes home, maybe a little surprise. If she hates surprises, plan a little something. At least a nice dinner,
a little retirement celebration.
Gift, 40 years, babe. You're wrapping it up. We got to celebrate her. Is my point. I don't want to, and I'm glad I said this, Dan, because you might have blown it had I not brought this up.
You're very much. I appreciate that. She works from home, but I will bring something home and make it monumental.
She works from home. Okay, Rachel, what does he do in that situation? I feel like this is your category.
Champagne. Pop the bottle right outside the door.
Neither one of us drink, but I'll do some
man.
Boy, we are striking out, Dan. We're striking out.
The grape juice, sparkling grape juice. Okay.
No, just do something special.
So.
All right, so we've now helped you there. That's the help you didn't know you needed. Now, keep going.
Plus your marriage, we got by. So we've worked very hard to get where we're at, and we're very comfortable with what we're planning for retirement. We're very comfortable with our financial advisor, but I have one concern that he's got me a plan that he's got for me, and we are going to put an addition on our house next spring. So we're planning to spend about $100,000 to $120,000 to do that. Now, my plan was just kind of take that off the top of our 401k and our savings, and make that do the addition. What he's suggesting, and he gave me, I guess, good reasons, is he's suggesting that I take out like a HELOC or a home equity loan to do this project, and he said, we'll chunk it away pretty quick, but he said there's reasons for that. First of all, I'll be paying a lower interest rate than he can make me. That's arguable. The second thing he said was it is definitely be a tax write-off, and the third thing was the fact that it'll save me $20,000+ next year in taxes because of the tax bracket that he's aligning us with. And it's very hard for me to think about going into debt immediately as I retire.
Well, yeah, 100%. Because where is he planning on having you guys pay off the HELOC? When he said you can throw a bunch of money at it, is he thinking just a little bit every year so that you don't mess up the taxes and all of it?
He's saying we'll chunk it away, and I don't know how relevant chunk it away is, if it's a year or 5 years. But he said we'll just make a monthly payment on it, and again that it'll give us a tax advantage, it'll save us taxes and all this, which all kind of makes sense, but. Dang, I just got myself 40 years of work to get out of debt and retire, and then just thinking about going back into debt just kind of scares me.
Well, some financial advisors are so stupid, they don't even think about your values and what you want out of life. And clearly, living a debt-free life has a price tag for you. You can't put a price on it, but, it's a value of yours that he's not putting into any consideration. And so as he goes around, so no, I would not do this. I would 100% just cash flow it. And if the cash flow comes out of, I don't know if it's the 401k, if you guys have money elsewhere, but you have the ability to cash flow it, right, Dan? We got a set amount that we're going into retirement with that we're comfortable with, and it's going to last us long beyond our retirement. Yep. And
just thinking of taking that 100 or 120 right off the top of that and doing the addition was my plan until he.
Well, let's just put your plan.
He offered a suggestion.
Yeah,
I'm sorry.
Yeah, I want to put your plan to the test, not his suggestion. We hate his suggestion. We hate it. So let's put your plan to the test. Let's assume that you didn't get this advice at all. Okay.
Yes.
And you just went ahead and pulled the trigger on your plan. How do you feel emotionally about your plan? Any stress?
No, I don't think so. We have kind of intentionally, we have this 403B that we've been carrying for a long time, and I've been very aggressive with it.
Mm-hmm.
And I took it from 20,000 to it's about 170 right now. So
Amazing.
my thought was that is just some play money we've been actually not planning on that we've accumulated that would do this project for us.
What's the addition
And I would
for?
just, well, we raised 7 kids in our house, and it was fine with 9 people. But now what we find is with adult children, instead of 9 people every day, we have 29 people, 10 times a year. So we want to double our kitchen and our living room.
Sure.
It's about 450 square feet.
How much do you guys have in retirement total?
Just about $2 million.
Okay. Golly.
Yeah.
See, and he's going through all these hoops and stuff about this and then and that. You guys have $2 million.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? And you want to take 100,000 of it. And if you go and burn that amount in the middle of the room, like, you're not going to have any emotion towards it because it's such a small percentage of your net worth. So that's where the peace of mind of your value system overrides his snaking and maneuvering through where it's going to be not even that much money at the end of the day. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, I would
agree.
rather,
I mean, Dan, you answered your own question. I asked it that way just simply for you to hear yourself say, his plan gives me a little bit of heartburn. Enough that the Pepsi AC's not working and you called us today, right?
It did, yeah.
Right.
Yeah, and I think I knew where you were going to take me, but I just kind of wanted to hear it.
Yeah, and I appreciate that, and we're happy to be here for you. But you, sir, are the ultimate arbiter on this. Your body, your heart, your head. And, man, you're just like, man, if I can put this addition on, and I'm paying cash for it for my grandkids to be there.
Yeah, and I would run the numbers, too, because I am curious, because HELOCs, like, the rates go up and down. Like, it really is very dependent upon what's going on.
No, don't run the rates at all. I don't want you to be tempted.
No, it's not a temptation, but it's that versus what, you know what I mean? Like, that versus the taxes that you're going to pay on like what I'm saying is I think it ends up being closer to a wash than what you realize. I think that I think he's like nitpicking every little thing.
I agree.
To say, I'm making this number up, I haven't done the calculations, but to save 10 grand, whatever the thing is, and that's pennies to you guys. So I'm like, the peace of mind is worth that so much more.
Yeah, just listening to you describe everything he told you versus your plan, yours is simple. Boom, we're done. We're done.
And do you?
And I guess
do you all have
things he said kind of makes sense.
Do you? Do you have money elsewhere, Dan? Where, to his point, do you have money sitting in a high yield savings or something where you wouldn't necessarily have to pay taxes if you use that cash?
We have about a $40,000 savings account.
Okay.
And then 401k. I have a lump sum pension and a 403b.
Okay, gotcha. Nope, that's great. Yeah, no, I would not go borrow on my house to do an addition when I freaking have the money for it.
Yeah.
That's the bottom line.
Trust your gut, Dan. There's a whole bunch of science on this that trusting the gut is not this mysterious thing. It's actually the brain sending physical signals to the body. And we feel it in our body. That's a real thing. It has the same validity as the logic. Listen to your heart. Listen to your body. You were right. Thanks for calling. Tell the financial advisor, thanks, but no thanks.
Hey, quick reality check. AI isn't just for sci-fi nerds and Silicon Valley tech bros anymore. It's the new weapon of choice for every scammer with fast Wi-Fi and bad intentions. Identity thieves could be using AI right now to steal your info in ways that would have sounded impossible just 5 years ago. We're talking voice cloning, deepfake videos, filing bogus tax returns, draining your bank and retirement accounts, and even home title fraud. And it can happen fast, so most people don't find out until it's too late. So as someone who has had his identity stolen before, I don't mess around. I use Xandr ID theft protection because it keeps up with today's threats without the crazy price tag other companies charge. You get real-time monitoring across your whole financial and digital life, and if something does go down, they'll give you the full white glove treatment, like 24/7 restoration services by pros based in the US and up to $2 million in stolen funds and expense coverage. So you don't need to live in fear, but you do need to be smart about protecting your identity from thieves. So go to Xandr.com or call 800-356-4282 and get yourself protected today.
All right, we're going to Baltimore where Julia is waiting. Julia, how can we help today?
Hi, thank you so much for taking my call. I'm curious, how much should I have my children pay when they break things? Recently, my 10-year-old broke a $400 window and a glass table that is thousands of dollars to replace.
Well, what happened? The 10-year-old is this a boy or a girl?
Boy.
It's a boy.
I was like, I can answer
Hey,
that.
take it easy on the boys.
What was he doing? Was he just being a boy and
Yeah.
like
The
jump it? What was he doing?
With the window, he was throwing the baseball.
Oh,
And we had
classic.
told him not to do this, but he thought it was only that we were telling him that the glass door, like the storm door, was going to break. He didn't realize the little door next to the door could break too.
Well, wait a
So
second.
he was upset about himself about that.
Did he throw the ball directly at it, or was he playing with a friend or
Yeah.
a sibling and somebody missed it?
It could have been someone missed it because, they usually throw the ball toward the door, and they keep the batter right in front of the door, and they know not to.
But they've been told not to.
Many, many, many times.
Okay, all right. This is great.
Yeah.
I'm gathering information here. I haven't ruled yet. What
Okay,
the second,
table,
the glass
table.
table. What happened with that one?
Okay, so the glass table, you could stand up like on your own using your own body strength, or you could push off of the table and push up. So that's what he did, I guess, and somebody else was pushing up at the same time,
And it shattered.
and the whole side of the table like snapped. So we actually are just using a fragment of what used to be the table.
Is that
Until we can
safe, given
figure
that
out
it's
what
a
to
glass
do.
table?
Yes, we turned the jagged edge towards the wall, and we put tape on it, and no one sits over there.
Julia, I got to tell you, I am no
It's a life with a boy.
No one's ever going to, confuse me with an OSHA inspector, but I'd probably get the glass table out of the living room. Okay, very easy ruling for me. He felt bad on both instances, correct?
Yes.
Okay, and how long has it been since these two instances?
The window was over the summer, and the glass table was within the last month or two.
Well, okay. So I'm not going to change my ruling, but I think you should have acted a little quicker. But yeah, I think you should sit him down and go, hey, I told you 1,000 times not to play baseball in front of the door. You did it. And by the way, this is why I told you. It's not mom trying to cramp your baseball style. I'm sure that's your favorite spot. Totally get it. But I knew this was a possibility and happened. So I know you feel bad, but you know what? You didn't really learn the lesson. And so that cost us X amount of dollars. And then the glass table. Probably you didn't warn him. Go ahead.
You wouldn't have him pay for any of that window.
You
would
would
just talk to him.
I would 100% have him pay for it. But I would sit down. I would have done it like within the first 48 hours.
I did. I told him he needs to pay 100 of the 4.
Well, then you've already told him, so Ken's advice doesn't count anymore. I mean, you're not
But
going to go.
you're wondering if you need to follow through.
Moving forward, because he's not going to stop breaking stuff.
Well,
So I'm curious now that I'm a Dave Ramsey subscriber. I'd like to know what to do.
Well, what the deal is that I think he learns his lesson. So if you told, I missed that somehow, that you said you're going to pay $100, I love that. I probably would have made him pay for the whole thing. On
Not
the baseball.
at 10 years old, y'all.
You get a ruling. I'm having my ruling.
Okay,
my ruling is
I'm writing mine.
You told him 1,000 times, and he still did it.
Yes.
I'd make him pay for the full $400. Now on the glass table, I wouldn't make him pay the $1,000 because there was no don't. The way you described what happened, I don't even know if it makes any sense. I'd have a little bit more grace on that, but I'd still have him pay something, but not $1,000. But yeah, he's got to start to respect your stuff. So sure, I love the idea of making him go do real work, by the way. Not like chores around the house that you pay for. No, he's got to go get a lawnmower out or whatever. I started cutting lawns at 11. Don't anybody freak. Don't at me. But he needs to do real work for somebody and get some money back. I love this actually because you're not mad at him or yelling at him. You're going, look, Sparky, there's consequences. And I love that. You wouldn't make him pay anything.
I think it was not intentional. There was no ill will because I think there's some kids
There
who
was
are
disobedience.
Yeah, but it's not intentional. He was not saying, I want to go break that. Like, there are some kids that I think are destructive and they're doing things on purpose to rile up their parents. And then, you know what I mean? That there's an ill spirit to it. And that correction, I would have them pay. But Julia, I don't know why. I'm like, there's a part of me, I'm like, you have a boy. Like, Charles is already thrown. I mean, and he's 5, but I'm like, I already see things. And we do tell him, hey, don't do that. But if he breaks the thing, the big light fixture we have, because he's all into this like foam basketball thing and he's trying to, I don't know, part of me, if it breaks, I'm like, which granted, he's 5. I don't know if I would make him pay for it.
Again, I don't have any judgment.
I don't know.
For those of us, I'm tell you a real story. The Coleman
Ken,
boys.
you have 2 boys. Yeah, and you have older boys. I haven't gotten there yet as a parent with a boy. I see glimpses of it. But I kind of like it too. I know this is terrible,
You're
Julia.
confusing me. You said you were okay with her making him pay $100 on the door.
No, I didn't. If he was being destructive on purpose, that there are some kids that are very destructive on purpose to rile up their parents.
I just want to be clear.
And
you don't think he was being disobedient? Yes or no? He was disobeying his mom.
Disobedience and intentional destruction are 2 different things to me.
Both are punishable.
Because his disobedience was not, it was more around a sport that then affected the window. It wasn't the window itself.
I'd love if you were my mom. I got to tell you. No consequences here because my heart was good. He disobeyed his mom. Julia, did he disobey you in your mind?
Julia's still pissed.
You didn't let her finish.
Y'all are both pissed.
I'm not pissed. I'm as happy as I can be. It's not my kid, not my problem. I'm just weighing in on it. Julia, did he disobey you?
Yes.
He knew he was disobeying you based on how many times you told him, don't stand here and play baseball. Yes or no?
Yes.
Okay, fair.
You're a good mom.
Did
mom.
he disobey you at all with the table? Was there any warnings around the table, or was that just a pure accident?
Yes, I tell them not to push on the table.
Oh, shoot.
All the time.
Dadgummit. Okay.
Don't lean on it. Don't put your elbows on it.
Then he's got to pay.
I said it's glass.
He's got to pay that too. He's got to pay a big portion of that one. He's got to learn his lesson.
He might need to take a HELOC out. Pay for that.
Get some of the glass guy's retirement. Yeah.
I mean, I'll say this: the kid is in debt to you because he broke your glass table.
I know.
And I got to say, I'm going to circle back to this one. I must be getting older. I don't like the shard of glass turned towards the wall with the tape on it. I'm going to bring that one back up. I feel like I'll sleep better at night. Telling you, I get the table out of there. But, he needs to pay.
I do have bulk trash scheduled for pickup, so we are getting it out.
Great.
There you go.
I just care about, because this kid's going to run around the corner. And God forbid he runs into the jagged edge.
I know. And I just like that he's like playing, Some kids will be
but he
like
also needs a great
an
lesson.
iPad and
he needs a lesson. Know. Listen, because what happens when he breaks something that's way more expensive?
How many kids do you have, Julia?
3. I have a daughter and then 2 boys.
And then the 2 boys.
How old are they?
I think it's the double boy thing that really gets the patience gets lower maybe.
How old is the 10-year-old your oldest?
He's my youngest.
Oh.
And he is the most destructive. My 12-year-old just broke a glass part of a picture frame because he threw a ball in the house, even though he knows not to.
And I did
and my
these
daughter,
things.
who's 16.
Go ahead.
My daughter, who's 16, is really not destructive at all.
Well, no, because she's a female.
They color. That's what little girls do. I
Yeah,
know she's
listen,
16.
All little boys' brains are on fire.
I know.
And that's just part of being a boy. And
Right.
and by the way, I did all of those things you described except for the glass table. We couldn't afford a glass table.
It didn't have a glass table.
But I will say that I think you're a good mom, and I think this is a great way to teach a lesson without, that's enough punishment.
Yeah.
Just to kind of go, here's the consequences.
He needs to feel a little something.
Yeah.
An effect of what his actions are. So I get that. I know. I don't know.
Thank you.
Yeah,
You're
thanks
welcome,
for calling.
Julia. You're
wow,
a good mom.
you are such a softie.
I think maybe honestly, because I have 2 girls, and you see that, and they're doing the girl thing and dancing and singing the High School Musical, and then you got little Charles with a little ball.
Yeah.
Part of me's like, you play with that.
You
play
Charles
with that
is a cutie.
ball.
But let Charles shatter a really important window.
I know.
After you've told him not to. Let's see how lovingly you handle that.
Hey guys, you know those too good to pass up holiday promos? Well, they can be great, but with every spin of the digital wheel, the newsletter sign up, the coupon code, you're giving away your data. You think that info just stays with the store? I doubt it. It goes into the corners of cyberspace where data brokers grab it, repackage it, and sell it to spammers, scammers, and generally bad people. The FTC just reported consumers lost over $12.5 billion to fraud last year. And that's not just a number. That's your money, your time, and your privacy. And that's why I recommend Delete Me, your digital cleanup crew. The Delete Me privacy pros dig through hundreds of these data broker sites, they scrub your info, and they keep it gone, which means fewer weird robocalls, fewer spam texts, and it's the gift that keeps on giving because it's an annual subscription. And Ramsey listeners can get 20% off those annual plans at joindeleteme.com/Ramsey with code Ramsey at checkout. Do it today. That's joindeleteme.com/Ramsey, code Ramsey.
All right, next up, we are going to go to a video call, and we've got Valentina, who is joining us from New York City. Valentina, good afternoon. How are you?
Good afternoon. I'm doing well. How are you?
Well, we're doing well. What's going on with you today? How can we help?
A lot is going on. So my husband and I went from a family of 2 to 7 in under 5 years.
How'd that happen?
Well, we have a 5-year-old, we have a 3-year-old, we have
Okay.
a 1-year-old, and a 4-month-old. I'm actually wrapping up with my maternity leave.
Oh my gosh.
I must
all
tell you,
babies.
you look fabulous given how little sleep you must get. I mean, I'm exhausted listening to that.
Yes, exactly. But it's unfortunate that we're drowning in debt. We are drowning, and it all again escalated within the last 5 years. And my question is, how can we navigate this terrible mess that we're in with all the debt that we have accumulated? And obviously, we have a large family, so we have 4 kids, and then my mom lives with us. Thankfully, but we are at a negative every month, and we don't know how to go about this.
Okay, let's run through some numbers real quick, okay? And then Rachel will dive in and we'll start pulling up a plan here for you, okay? So let's start with your combined income.
Before taxes is $240,000, and after taxes $162,000.
Okay.
Okay.
And give us the debt, go smallest to largest, and let's keep the mortgage out of it at first, okay? Let's just see what that list looks like.
Okay, so I will try my best. So the smallest debt is, so we have a credit card debt, we have personal loan. So credit card debt altogether is 90, actually that's not the smallest, but combined between my husband and I. Okay, so the personal loan is $28,000.
Okay.
Credit card debt is $98,000.
How many
combined?
how many cards equal that 98?
So my husband has 5, and I do have 5 as well. So that's a total of 10 credit cards.
10 credit cards.
Are they all average-ish around that like 9?
I'm being conservative. I think it's above that.
Okay.
I'm just
Okay.
rounding to the nearest, yes.
Okay.
But
Okay.
that's conservative.
Okay.
So credit card, I'm telling you, we've been relying on credit cards.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And my student loan is $132.
Okay.
And I think that's it.
Okay.
Oh, no, I'm sorry. 401k. We borrowed. So it's a total of $43,000.
So $43,000 in the 401k loan.
Yes.
Okay. All right.
How much is going out to payments each month? Are you paying minimum payments on everything?
We're paying minimum payments
Yes.
and
Yeah.
everything. And it's, I was at about 3,000 or so.
Okay.
So all of that.
Are any of the credit cards in default?
Not yet.
Gone to collections at all? No.
No,
You're
we've been trying to
current.
keep them afloat.
Okay,
Yes.
okay.
Everything is current.
And
Okay.
do I understand that with all of this stuff plus whatever's going on in your life, you guys aren't, there's no money, you don't have enough money left over, and that's why you've been using credit cards?
Exactly, because my husband has been having to cash out all of whatever stocks he had and all of that. So anything extra we had, any savings, anything like that, has been going into stuff that he had prior to us getting married.
Okay.
All of that has been going on towards that. So what happened is that with maternity leave, my income significantly decreases. I have two full-time jobs, and that goes down to basically 25% of what I make.
Okay.
And then we had major repairs to do to the house, and things have broken our cars because we drive old cars. So a lot of things, we started off well, but then the debt just kept accumulating. And
Yeah.
property taxes went up twice the first year that we bought the house. So things just kept coming up, and it was just a snowball
So
from
much.
there.
How much is your mortgage?
So we have two. My husband had a property prior to getting married, and we have our property together after getting married. So our home is about 4,500, and the other property is about 1,200.
Okay. What is the other property? Where is that?
So it's close by to where we live, but that's where my husband used to live. It's a double unit,
Yeah,
and
what-
he was actually. It's
What are y'all doing with it?
What are we doing with it? So thank you for saying that, because we are currently trying to sell it
Good.
so that we can pay some of the debt. And I'm scared to death because I feel like that's not going to be enough. And we do have a little bit of income coming from there as well.
Okay.
So right now that property is being sold. Right now there is 116,000 owed, and we're selling it for 380,000.
Oh, wow. Yeah.
That'll make a
Yeah,
huge
so-
chunk. Nothing to be afraid of there.
Yeah.
It may not. It's not
Well,
going to get it
with-
all, but it's
Right,
but-
right.
So let me ask you this: how much are you over every month? In other words, bills versus what we got. How much are we in the red on an average month?
On an average month, a couple of thousands, I would say.
Are you on a budget?
We try to. We're not on a consistent budget.
Yeah, because you guys are bringing in, it's what, around 12,000 a month, would you say, hits your account?
Yes. Yeah,
Okay,
and
the,
then
the two big things, the debt payments, which is 3,000, and then you have your mortgage, which is 4.
Mhm.
And so my question is, yeah, where's the rest of it going?
Oh, let me tell you.
Yeah.
Food, schooling, daycare, insurances, utilities, transportation. We do have a couple of medical bills, and then we support. This is very minimal, but we do support our families back home, and that helps them a little bit. But if we add all that up, honestly, we're always on the red, and we're trying to minimize as much as we can. And
How much
still,
how much are you paying for the families?
It's like a couple $100, $300 to $400 a month.
300 to 400. Okay. And how much is the kid's school?
It's about 1,300 a month.
Okay. Okay. Yeah.
Is that daycare?
Daycare about 800 a month.
Well, what's the 1,300? Is that private school?
Yes, and we are grateful to get financial aid, but that's sort of the balance. That
How
we have
old?
to cover.
How old are the children that are in private school?
5 and 3.
May I push on something? And Rachel will kind of walk you through what to do here, but I'll just quickly say I think you have to have a conversation about the two kids, 5 and 3, being in private school to the tune of $1,300 a month. Private school is still
No,
going
1,300 a year.
Oh, a year.
A year.
I didn't catch
So
that.
that's significantly less than.
Okay, never
daycare.
mind. I thought it was $1,300 a month.
So it's just like a few $100. I mean,
Okay,
yeah, so
all
it's
right.
not a ton.
All right, Rachel.
Oh, I'm sorry. 1,300 a month.
Yeah.
That's correct. I'm so sorry. It's 1,300 a month. So you're right.
Okay,
Go
I don't
on.
want to bog down on this. I want to give it to Rachel here, but I'm going to
Yeah.
challenge you that private school will always be there, and they really don't need it that much as you need $1,300 a month back in this thing called a budget, which you aren't doing. But we just found $1,300 that you desperately need. Rachel, I'll hand that one to you. That's
Yeah.
just my opinion.
Yeah, and there's going to be seasons and there has to be some changes, some significant changes, right? Because if there's not, you guys will keep in the cycle of where you've been. And so
Yeah.
I think that is the hard reality, is that you want to be able to do everything, but you mathematically can't, right? You guys keep running into that. I mean, you can't keep doing everything. And so you're either going to get behind on bills, you're going to get behind on a mortgage, you're going to get behind on things. and I'm scared you're going to get behind on the wrong items. And so I think you guys are going to have a really, really hard conversation. And it's not forever, but for the next 2 to 3 years, our lifestyle has to change. And you guys really are at the point where even $400 or $500 makes a significant difference. And so to be able to say, okay, what are the things that that are not necessity? Food, shelter, utilities, transportation. That's it. We have to be paying for daycare. There's no other option. School, there's another option. Yeah. To your point, that doesn't have to be private school. Like, what are the things that we don't have to literally survive? Yeah. And I'm curious what that number is. And that's going to hurt. That's going to hurt when you see that number and to think, oh my gosh, if we eliminate these things that we want to do that are good things,
two things,
but we can't afford it.
Just for the sake of time, two things I want to give her. I want to give her a session with one of our coaches and free every dollar for a year. Let's get those things in play and you can dig out of this.
Yes. Hey guys, it's open enrollment time for health insurance. And if you have ever felt overwhelmed trying to figure out your healthcare costs, you are not alone. For a lot of families, healthcare is one of the biggest line items in the budget, and it gets more confusing every year. But you don't have to settle. Christian Healthcare Ministries is a biblical and budget-friendly alternative to health insurance, and I am proud to recommend them. With CHM, you are joining a community of believers who actually help share each other's medical bills. Yeah, it's true. Members have shared over $12 billion in healthcare costs since CHM started nearly 45 years ago. And it's simple. You choose your provider with no network limits. You submit your eligible bills online, and other members help share your expenses. CHM has program options for every stage of life, whether you're single, self-employed, or raising a family. Y'all, open enrollment has a lot of people scrambling right now, but CHM lets you join anytime. So go to chministries.org/budget to check them out. That's chministries.org/budget.
All right, let's go to Antoine in Austin, Texas. Antoine, how can we help today?
So I just wanted to question, like, if it's worth getting a loan for school. So this is like the scenario that I'm going to go ahead and tell you right now. So my parents want me to go to this local school that's a lot cheaper, the financial aid. They pay me around $1,000 to go to the school because of the financial aid. And then the school that I want to go to, it's a ministry school. And it's been what I want to do, and I feel like that I'm called to do. And it's ministry itself. And that school, I do have to pay around $2,000 a semester.
Okay. Well, $2,000 a semester is not bad. I mean, that's over like 5 months. You could go and make that in a month doing a side hustle.
Yeah.
Yeah, you could cash flow it.
And they were talking to me, and they're just like really like bribing me with basically a good amount of stuff just to stay with that school because they think that school is so good. And I don't really see the hype in it, and it doesn't teach what I'm wanting to actually learn.
Sure.
They think that I guess in a sense they're different believers as I am, and they don't think that getting a ministry degree is like a real thing. Like they don't think that it's like a legit thing to do as a career.
Right. Okay. So, yeah, it is a legit thing for sure. I do think it is usually it is on the lower end of a salary perspective. So they may be looking and thinking, Antoine, go get a business degree and maybe go into ministry, part-time and volunteer and go create a life financially that's bigger. And then I hear you saying, no, this is what I want to do. I'd rather go down this route. Which again is not a bad route. I would not. I would caution you to not just say, okay, well, if I'm going to do this ministry and it's $2,000 a semester, I'm going to have to borrow money and all the things. But if you cash flow it through and get the degree you want, the ministry degree. I mean, I guess is this specific school? Is it like a very specific type of ministry, or or
Well, it's like theology, Christian ministries.
okay.
It's in a sense, it's a lot better for me to do because it's one of the cheapest schools out there because it's online. So I'd be at the comfort of my own home.
Gotcha.
And well, this local school that I'm currently going to it right now. And
Okay.
it's just I'm not learning what I would actually learn in ministry itself because it's just not a ministry class that they have here.
Sure. So you're wanting to be a pastor, like you're wanting to get into a
pastoral,
position, that you have to have
Exactly.
I
think this is so clear cut. This is very simple. Do you feel called to this or not? Yes or no?
Yes.
And if you don't do this, do you then think that you will sense a holy, and I'm using that word on purpose, a holy disrest, that you will regret that spiritually?
In a sense, I don't believe so. Like I feel like it's like when you're called to something like that you don't burn out.
That's what I'm getting at. I'm saying
Like,
if you don't, you
get the
misunderstood
degree,
me.
yeah.
If you don't do this, if you don't answer the call, do you believe that you'll suffer disrest?
Meaning,
I've lost you altogether. Let me put it another way. Do you feel called? You said yes, and I think that if you don't do this, that your soul won't be whole. That's what I think. And I also, you're with me now. And I also think,
I'm with you now.
There you go. And I also think that you'll resent your parents if you don't do this, and if you bow to their wishes and their pressure.
And Antoine, and I don't have a problem with it because it's a very reasonable situation. Now, we do get calls from people that want to go be missionaries and they want to go get a $60,000 a year degree from a private Christian college. And you're like, that makes absolutely no sense. Right. But $2,000 a semester, you're like, you can do that waiting tables in a month. Yeah. So you don't even have to go into debt for it.
No, not at all. And you shouldn't. Or ask them for help, especially given this situation.
Yeah, well, they said they weren't going to help me at all if I go to this school. It kind of sucks because, but at the same time, like, they, in a sense, they think the main reason as well is that they think that I'm not going to, like, stick through it. And I've, like, in a sense, when it comes to church, like, I'm trying to get, like, more involved. And that's what I've been doing. Like, I've been going to school and just trying to be, like, as most involved as I possibly can. And, well, in a sense, I proved them wrong with several things. They think, like, when I went to go get, like, baptized, they thought, okay, no, like, I don't think you should do it, like, right then and there. Like, this is barely a new thing. And in a sense, they made me wait until I was 18, which wasn't that long. It took about, like, half a year.
Yeah, they're cautious. They're cautious. And maybe in their background spiritually, they got burned a few places. You know what I mean? And so they're just like, whoa. Yeah. Just, so that's fine.
Honor your parents, but you don't have to do what they say. Now there's a tension there for some people, but
how
you
old
have
are you, Antoine?
I'm 18.
18, okay.
All right. So,
and how long's the school? Sorry, Ken. Yeah, how long's the school?
It's 4 years. It's 4 years.
Okay. Yeah, so I would make a plan to cash flow it. Talk to some, and again, this is not a school or a degree that's going to put you in a really narrow place.
No.
Theologically, right?
No,
you can use it.
It basically gets you anywhere.
Okay, perfect. I think that's another thing. I would have a red flag because there are some of these, where it's a very specific niche within Christianity, even, and you can't really use it a lot of places. So, I think the broad sense is helpful. I think it's great. Yeah.
Yeah. I want to finish this point because I do hear your heart, and your parents are very influential, as they should be, and you're 18 years of age. And parents do things like this all the time. I'm not immune to it. Rachel's not immune to it. Where a parent's fear turns into what they think is practical advice, and it's not practical advice. It's them projecting their fear. I think that's what's going on. So, Antoine, you got to honor them that I think they want the best for you. And I just think they're human beings who have fear. And I just wanted to make that point because I think it's important when you go through this, and we're giving you advice to go do this, go cash flow it. Don't worry about what mom and dad say on this because you believe you're called to this. And then this is just part of growing up. So it's tough. I just wanted to acknowledge the tension.
It's good. Yes,
because I think we have a large audience are going, what do you say? And I'm not saying it's going to be easy, but I do think the choice is simple. And I would rather disappoint them early so I don't resent them later. Mm-hmm. So tough stuff there. Let's go to Trent in Tulsa, Oklahoma. Trent, how can we help?
Hello. My wife and I are both 35 years old, and the only outstanding debt we have is our mortgage, which is going to be paid off next year.
Nice.
After we pay off our mortgage, we are thinking to build up a 529 with a couple $100,000 in it for our daughter and or a career emergency. So the idea is that my wife and I's career field feels a bit unstable right now. So if we ever get laid off, we want to be able to use that 529 to send me or my wife back to school to build new skills. And if we never use it, then we want it to go to our daughter when she starts college. Is this a viable plan? And if so, what risk do you see?
I would say it's a viable plan for your daughter. We espouse that. What careers are you in that you guys feel like you're really on thin ice?
So my wife is in tech. She's like a data analyst, and I would be an untenured professor.
Yeah, yours is a little bit more sketchy than hers. I think, she can upskill in the tech space without going back to school. So I'm just going to push back against the thought that this 529 is either for our daughter or for my wife or for me if we need to get more skills down the line. And I think in your particular careers to pivot, I don't think another degree is the answer. I really don't. Could be. But I'll give you a quick litmus test on that. Is a degree the only way to do what you want to do, or is it the best way to do what you want to do? If that's the case, then you could use it. But don't just make that assumption, especially for her in the technology space where upskilling now is not going to require any kind of degree. There's going to be boot camps. There's going to be classes, courses. Google just announced a whole nother array, Rachel, of a 6-month program where you're going to see more and more big companies over the next few years start to train the people that they want.
Yeah.
You as a professor,
who knows? Yeah. Now, I would say for 529s, it's an investment. So you're wanting to sit there for at least 5 years. And you guys are probably going to want to go back sooner than that. So I would just cash flow your wives, set your daughter up for the 529. And then if you guys needed it for you guys, I would just cash flow it.
Welcome back to the Ramsey Show, coming to you from the Fairwinds Credit Union studio. Alongside Rachel Cruze, I'm Ken Coleman. So excited to be with you today, and we want to coach you up. 888-825-5225. Antoinette is joining us now in Fort Worth, Texas. Antoinette, how can we help?
Well, I'm going to be 62 next month, and I don't have anything saved for retirement, and I want to become a first-time homeowner, and I don't know if that's stupid and ridiculous, or if it's possible.
Well, I don't think it's stupid or ridiculous. Let's focus on the possible part. Give us a picture of your financial situation, given that you have zero retirement or very little retirement.
I have no retirement, and I have no money for a down payment, so I would have to go USDA or SEF5, something with a zero down, and so that would make my payments even higher.
No, you don't have to do that. You don't have to do that. Do you have any debt?
Yes, I have some, but not unmanageable, and I'm getting it paid off really quick.
Okay, how much debt do you have?
I think Credit Karma said I had about $8,000 or something like that. I just paid off $600 worth of two of my accounts in the last month. So,
is the $8,000 credit cards or personal loans? What is it?
Let's see. I paid off the personal loan, and so and one of them is my car. And the rest of them are credit cards. I've got, I think, 4 credit cards.
How much is in your car? Do you owe on your car?
Gosh, I can't remember. I'm really bad with money. I mean, numbers. And so I just know that I just got it 2 months ago, and I had to trade in my other car because it was a 2019. It was convertible, and it didn't convert anymore. And mechanically it was sound, but everything else on it was falling apart. So I had to get rid of it, and I was upside down on it because last year it was worth $17,000, and then this year it was worth $5,000, and so I was real upside down on it, and so I owe more on I had to get a minivan because I'm so popular. I can't have a little convertible, so I owe more on my minivan than really I should. So
okay, and you probably did you roll over the negative equity on the On the convertible?
Yes.
Into the minivan.
Okay, so how much do you owe on the minivan?
I don't know.
You don't know, Antoinette. You signed a loan. You don't know how much the total is.
That's right.
All right.
Right. And she had to go to Credit Karma on the other thing. So one of our problems, Antoinette, is you don't have a firm grasp of your numbers.
Yeah, she already said
Well,
she's
I
bad
have a
with them, but it's not
memory,
okay.
And I can't remember numbers.
Oh, but it's not about that. It's about, do you have a file over in your house somewhere where we got the car information?
Yes, but I'm a truck driver, so my house is like 2,000 miles away.
Why do you need a minivan if you were driving a truck all the time?
I go home sometimes.
And you're popular, so you and the ladies are hopping in the minivan. Okay, all right. I'm trying to catch up here.
Okay.
Because I'm trying to figure out, honestly, if we can
what-
sell the minivan.
What year's the minivan? What year?
Well, I had to go for a, let's see here, a 2023, I think.
Okay.
You
All
had
right.
to. We
and
gotta
with the
change our
negative,
words.
I mean, this could be $30,000-$40,000. I mean, so,
Yeah.
okay. So Antoinette, I want to paint you a picture. Yesterday on the show, we had a truck driver, Christopher. He paid off all of his debt, and he has tens of thousands of dollars. I mean, he's just absolutely killing it, and he's a truck driver. He was telling us he had a Subaru, brand new, ended up selling it, had to take out a small loan because it had gone down, and he was upside down a little bit. Bought an $8,000 Lexus. The Lexus gets hit. He gets a check from the insurance company for $9,000. He ends up buying a $2,000 car, takes the rest of that, and throws it at the debt, right? So there's a way to do this. And even someone in your industry, we literally just talked to him. He did his debt-free scream yesterday. Here's the thing, Antoinette. Okay, so the excuse that I am bad with numbers can't be an excuse anymore, okay? You are an adult. You are smart. You are capable. And we have to get this under control. So the first thing I need you to do when we hang up is I need you to call the dealership or the credit, wherever you got the loan for the van. I want you to pull up the Credit Karma again and know exactly which credit cards are out there and know exactly what you owe on them in companies. I want you to write a list down and then take your phone and take a picture of it so you have it documented. Even if you're out and about, you have it documented. And then the plan is going to be, homeownership is going to be down the line, okay, for you. But I think the goal here is to get yourself out of debt. And Antoinette, you're more than likely going to have to sell the minivan, okay? And you're going to get a beater $2,000 car because I want you to be out of this debt so that you can start saving for retirement. I don't want you driving, have to be a truck driver for the rest of your life. I want you to be able to have a great retirement. And that's not going to be possible with the habits that you've been in, not only just financially, actually, but the way you're going about it and your attitude about it. You've got to make the turn, and it's going to be difficult and hard, but you need to get as much facts in front of you as possible because you don't know what you don't know.
Are you an independent contractor? In other words, work for yourself, or do you work for a company?
I'm a company driver. I'm not kidding about having a bad memory, and I update all of my bills every other month. I have a piece of paper that tells me I keep it on a book. I look at every one of them. I see how much interest they're charging me. I see how much my balance is, and then I tally up my total debt. I also look at Credit Karma a few times a week. I just have a bad memory, and if had I known that you were going to be asking me these questions, I would have had this stuff in front
Antoinette,
of me.
you called a money show, my friend. You know what I mean? And so we're trying to help. We really are. And so
I know you are.
my encouragement to you is that when there is something, a big missing piece, and the car loan is that for me right now, that I need you to know what it is, because I may need you to make a really quick decision to sell it, because do you know how much the payment is each month?
Yes, the payment is $995.
Okay, almost $1,000. How much money do you get paid once a month? Per month, what are you making?
Probably about $7,500.
Okay.
And let me do a quick follow-up, Antoinette, because I didn't hear you. That's my fault. Did you say you're independent? And the reason I'm asking this, did you say you're
No,
independent?
she works for a company.
Okay, do they have a 401k or some type of retirement program that you can be contributing to?
Yes, but I don't, because what's the point of that at my age?
Because you have nothing. So
Yeah.
We can run these numbers, but I mean, for the baby steps as we teach them is $1,000 in savings just for basic emergencies. Baby step 2 is to pay off your debt, smallest to largest. That's why Rachel leaned in there. We want to get the debt out of your life because we just learned that could save us $900 a month. That could be going towards
that could be going towards
retirement. And so
why would I want a $2,000 beater card that's going to break down all the time?
Well,
and a $2,000 beater card doesn't always break down all the time. You can ask Christopher yesterday. He literally had a picture of his, and it runs great.
And I'm talking to a person who's super popular. Your own words. Have the ladies pick you up when you're not in the truck.
I don't want a beater car. I want to get all of my family together and take them places.
I hear your heart in it.
And
I want a Lamborghini.
When I'm going there.
Yeah.
I don't mean to argue.
I want to dunk a basketball. But just some things are not going to happen because I'm 5'8" and can't jump. You know, if I want to retire with dignity, I've got to start saving money. And I can't save money if I'm in debt.
Hey, Antoine, I want you to keep listening to The Ramsey Show for real. I want you to listen every single day for the next 6 months. Make that be your goal. Just as you're driving, listen to this show because I want this knowledge to soak in and this way of thinking and the way of life when it comes to money.
I love entrepreneurs. Don't forget, guys, I started my company on a card table myself, so I know what it's like to have people counting on you, your team, your family, not to mention your customers. And when you're the one signing the paychecks, you can't afford to fly blind. But I'll be honest, early on, one thing that nearly sunk us was wasting time with spreadsheets that didn't add up because business units didn't talk to each other. I finally told my team, just fix it. And they did. We got NetSuite. That was years ago, and we've never looked back. See, NetSuite isn't just for tech giants. It's built for growing businesses like yours. Over 43,000 businesses already run on NetSuite, including a lot that started just like you. And now, with built-in AI, NetSuite is helping them even more. It's one system connected to every part of your business for real-time insights, not guesswork. NetSuite AI flags inventory issues, cash flow risks, even supplier delays before they become problems. So you can trust the data, stop wasting time, and make the right decisions faster. Take a free product tour today at netsuite.com/Ramsey. That's netsuite.com/Ramsey.
I got to say, even though she got a little upset at us, I love Antoinette. I love her spirit. And I think, you know, what I want to touch on real quick, Rachel, is I got her frustration. I felt it. Mm-hmm. And that's what it's like when you wake up like she did one day, 61, no retirement, no house. And it feels as though she's at the base of a mountain that's impossible to climb. Right. However, we know, and as you pointed out, in talking to a truck driver just recently on this show, it is possible, but the frustration is real. And I guess the thing is that it's like, hey, this is going to be hard. There's going to be some trade-offs.
Yes.
And they're going to be painful.
Yeah, it's about choices. We have to make choices. And, you know, we talk to people that are on baby steps 4, 5, and 6. They've gotten out of debt in their emergency fund, and they had to make a choice to work extra. They have to make a choice to cut expenses in order to put extra money to pay off debt. They had to make choices, really hard choices, but the outcome of what they were doing was worth it. And so I think that is it. There has to be this level of reality of to say the outcome that I want, and in her case, whether it's a home, whether it's retirement, these sacrifices that I have to make in order to get what I want are worth it. And, you know, I think there are some people in life, they're not worth it for them, you know, and you know, they live their life the way they want to live their life. But it is about choices. We have to make choices. Everyone does. You know, we don't have an infinite amount of get to do whatever we want all the time.
Yeah.
And that's difficult.
So true. Hey, folks, in a few weeks, we're going to be doing our annual special giving edition of The Ramsey Show. What do we do? If you're not aware of this, it's really fun. We ask you all, and we're asking you now to share stories with us about how you have given generously, or maybe you've been the benefactor of somebody really giving generously, and whether that's maybe a surprise tip or maybe you bought Thanksgiving dinner for somebody. This is just about celebrating generosity. And we get so many great stories every year, whether, again, you've been on the receiving end of an unbelievable gift or you've been blessed by giving to others. That's what we're looking for. And we'd like to hear those stories so we could feature them on the show. Go to RamseySolutions.com/ask, RamseySolutions.com/ask, and put giving in the subject line and share your story. We do this every year at Christmas time, and it's really, really special. And that's coming up on December 18th. So those of you who are regular listeners or love the special type shows, mark your calendar because we're going to celebrate living like no one else. You can give like no one else. Speaking of giving, Rachel, this is where Santa Dave, I think he's out of control, and I may have to have a meeting with him. The Black Friday deals, which we're already offering. Do you realize this now?
How great they are.
But now everybody's doing Black Friday deals before Black Friday.
Yeah, 100%.
And I'm irritated about it.
And we're on the train, people.
We're
on the train.
And I'm not happy about it. All right? But it is what it is. You should be happy. You know why? $12 for best-selling hardcovers. $12, Question for Humans. $6.99 for audiobooks and ebooks. $15 for our assessments and more. I mean, Dave, you're giving the farm away.
Just deals on deals on deals.
I'm not going to win that battle, folks. But you win. RamseySolutions.com/store. RamseySolutions.com/store. That's where you get all the great deals. All right, let's go to Greenville, South Carolina. Nicole is waiting. Nicole, how can we help?
Yes, I am very nervous about a change that's coming to us and how to raise my children through this. My husband is just selling a partial of his business, a little less than 50%, and he's getting a large sum of money just before the end of the year, which leads to another question of how do we have to scramble to figure out exactly where to place this before the end of the year comes?
Okay, what is a substantial amount of money? What does that mean?
$6 million.
Okay.
Hello.
That's great.
Nicole, you sound like someone gave you a bill for $6 million.
Well, I know, because I don't want to act like I got the lottery for $6 million.
No, but my goodness, I hope that maybe you get yourself a light blue box, with some jewelry. Come on, Nicole, let's go.
Get a little something for Nicole.
I wanted to get that out of the way. All right, that's the best advice you're going to hear on this call.
Oh my gosh.
Nicole, wait, but I'm seriously. Hey, congratulations, you and your husband.
Yeah,
this is a pretty cool deal, and I just don't want to fly by that.
Yes.
Now you got the perfect person today. No, I'm serious. She's very, very gracious and very humble, but I think you are really perfect to talk about. She doesn't want this to change their life, the kids' life, and all this. I think you have tremendous insight on a couple things. So get to that, but first talk about the end of the year scramble.
Yeah, you guys will have to pay taxes on it. And
I understand, that's going to happen, and I know we want to give part of that as well.
Sure.
But I'm like, my husband's went and talked to someone, and he's like, well, he plans to go back within the next couple of weeks, once he gets, I guess, more of the contract in hand. It's like, obviously he's like, well, I'm not going to get, that Investor Pro, or he's like, well,
Oh, okay.
I guess they're like, here's your free service, but I'm not going to tell you everything you need to know, right?
Who's saying that?
Well, someone that my husband had found to get advice
it's from.
A business tax pro on advice like this, I guess.
Okay.
So
I'm so confused.
It wasn't necessarily one of like a Dave Ramsey.
No, it doesn't sound like it. So
I have spoken to one of those before in the past.
Yes.
Okay. But then this all went down, and I'm like, well, I can't really make these changes right now, and I'm getting my husband involved because he's having to deal with this mess, and I mean, not mess, but like he's got a lot of this on his shoulders. And
so what I would do, I wouldn't do anything. I think there's a lot of heightened emotion. Mm-hmm. There's a lot of fog. It's a lot of decision making. Don't do anything. Okay. Just know in the back of your mind, you're going to have to pay taxes on this. So that's the only thing I want you to think about. So Nicole, that's the only thing I want you to think about. Okay. So just breathe. Okay. So nothing big has to change. I would, interview and find a great tax pro in your corner to make sure that everything is buttoned up.
Yep.
I would do that. And we have some wonderful people, that are affiliated with Ramsey. If you go to RamseySolutions.com, you can, interview one of them or find your own. I don't care. But nothing sketchy, nothing weird. Whatever that language was, that was weird.
So that's different than an investment.
Yes.
Right?
Yeah. So you're now a financial planner will be able to talk to you about taxes as well. But I would want to make sure that you have a great CPA that's saying, hey, here's exactly what you need to do and file because we don't want to mess this up. Then I would go sit down with a SmartVestor Pro and to say, hey, here is this amount of money. And before that, though, I would want you and your husband to sit down and say, okay, what are the things that we want out of this? Meaning the generosity portion. Let's talk through that. What does that look like? How do we want to do that? What are some things? Because you probably don't want to give, 10% all to one thing. It'd probably be good to get a couple of things and just to say, as a family, how can we give out of this? I want you to look at, do you guys have a mortgage or any debt?
We have like 175 on our house.
Okay.
And then really all the other debt is like vehicles with the business. We purchased the business property, about 7 years ago. But
I would be sure. So I would write a check, pay everything off. And then I do want you to remember that money magnifies who you are. And so the way you guys have dealt with money before this $6 million, it's going to be amplified. And do you like how you guys have handled money? You've dabbled in the debt stuff, all of it. And my fear is that the $6 million kind of creates this, oh gosh, well, we could get into this real estate thing. We could do this. And it's going to be taken up really quick if you guys aren't careful.
Right.
So I would make it a value statement of no debt. We're going to get completely out of debt. And then we're going to look at our retirement and say, okay, what do we need to put away for it to have, a wonderful, which is going to be fabulous retirement. And then what percentage are we going to spend? So to your point, Ken, I would not change anything with the kids. I think they need to be working, doing chores. They need to believe nothing has changed. There's no benefit to knowing that you guys changed. Maybe you go on a nicer vacation and that's all they know. But I wouldn't change much with the kids. Go ahead and fund their college. Use this money well and have fun with it. You guys.
Jewelry.
Earmark
Get you some jewelry.
Upgrade the
I'm
cars.
telling you.
Do some stuff that, you guys enjoy. But remember, you give it, you save it, you spend it. Regardless of the amount, that's the 3 things you want to do.
This is Dave Ramsey. We all want to know that the money we give to charity is doing something that matters, that it's making a real change, giving someone lasting hope. And here's one way to make sure of that. Give to Preborn. They're the real deal. Proven, transparent, and changing lives every day. I trust Preborn, and you can too. They're on the front lines of the battle for life, partnering with clinics to offer free ultrasounds to mothers in crisis. Because when a mom sees her baby on that screen, something changes. It's not just a decision anymore, it's a person. And 80% of the time, when a mom sees that ultrasound, she chooses life. Your $28 gift provides one of those ultrasounds. Just $28 to be the reason someone chooses life. And at every clinic, the gospel is shared, giving moms the chance to choose life and find real hope in Christ. $28, one ultrasound, one heartbeat, one mom who realizes she's not alone. That's the kind of life-changing impact your giving makes through Preborn. Go now to preborn.com/Ramsey or call 855-601-2229. That's preborn.com/Ramsey.
Today's question is sponsored by our friends at Y-Refi. Hey, if you've tried everything to fix your defaulted private student loans and nothing's worked, Y-Refi can help. They build custom fixed rate plans based on what you can actually afford. Learn more at yrefy.com/Ramsey. That's the letter Y, REFY.com/Ramsey. It's not available in all states.
Today's question comes from Kelsey in Texas. We are debt-free except for our mortgage, and my husband's income is not enough to help get our home paid off. He is a musician, and he dabbles in real estate. The musician world that he loves does not bring in any substantial income, and I earn $35,000 a year. This year, he estimates that he will earn a total of $32,000 a year. How should I communicate with him about the lack of income? I understand this is his passion, his life, and a part of who he is, but we are really struggling.
Okay, Kelsey, this is hard. So I want to acknowledge that you're his wife, and you're going to come to him, and you're rightfully going to say, hey, $85K, which I bring home, plus your 32, which you're estimating, is just not enough for where we could be, where we should be, where we need to be. And let's lay that out. Let's make a numbers case. Say, hey, we need more money, and here's how I've come up with this number. I'm not pulling it from the sky, and I'm making this up to answer the question. But if you determined that we needed an additional $75,000 to knock out debt, catch up on investments, all of these things, then we present that number. And all of this is non-emotional. This is just, hey, I'm digging in the numbers. I know you love music, and I don't want you to give it up. This is how we lead, Rachel. Do not want you to give up music. However, dabbling in real estate, can we go from dabbling to all in and keep the music going at night? Keep the music, find a gig here and there. Don't give up on the music. But the music is not the focus. It is an outlet. It's creative, keeps his soul alive. It's a good thing.
Yeah.
But for this season, we got to go all in on something. And since we're dabbling in real estate, if one goes from dabbling to really focusing, you can win. And I would have him go talk to my friends at the Buffini and Company. Brian Buffini's the number one real estate trainer in the world, and I do everything Brian tells you to do, and you'll crush it. So this is a tough conversation, but we have to lead with real numbers, vision. You don't have to give up your dream and your creative outlet, but I need your help, and we have got to lock arms and go at this. Now, that's the male perspective.
Yeah.
What would you change? What would you add to the messaging there?
So I think if I'm in the situation as the wife, I'm looking to say, okay, we have these goals out there that ultimately lead to a life that I'm longing for. I want the house paid off. I don't want to have to worry about that. I want to know that we're going to be taken care of in retirement. You know, there are these benchmarks that I would feel safe and good to know that we are at least on track of hitting. And the fact that we're nowhere near it makes me fearful, and I don't like that. And so that's me, but us as a team, I want us heading towards the benchmarks together. And if I feel like I have to be dragging you the whole way, that's not a fun marriage. You know what I mean? Like that's not fun. And so there's something along the lines of starting with what is going on inside of you, Kelsey. And then also the team aspect of marriage more and more. I don't know if it's because we've just hosted this show and we get so many relationship calls, but there is a game changer in the health of your marriage and the peace of your marriage when you are a team on these kind of things. And money is one of the big components, right? They say in-laws, raising kids, sex, religion, money, like it is. And when you are aligned on these things, again, you're going to be different in them. I'm a spender, you're a saver. You may be more chill, not as goal. Like we're all going to still be ourselves in it, but we at least are heading in the same direction. When you're fighting against those directions constantly, that's exhausting, you know? And so I think the team aspect more and more for me for marriages, I think is as big.
Great advice, by the way.
Let alone just the career path. It's more, I want us to be on the same page of where we're going financially and how do we get there? And that may mean sacrifices on one side or the other, but at least we're heading in that direction.
That's right. And you don't have to give up the fun, creative dream or outlet. You just keep it where it's supposed to be for this time.
Yes.
Which this is just a side thing that we mess around only when we have time. That's the key on those deals. We're not giving it up. All right, let's go to Armando in Los Angeles. Armando, how can we help today?
Hi, thank you for having me on the call. I just wanted to say I love your guys' show.
Thank you.
I want to preface this with saying this is a conversation me and my mom have been having for a bit now, and we're kind of trying to decide, and we figured, you guys are probably the best people to ask. So I'm trying to decide basically between whether staying at my full-time job, where I'm a manager at a gym, I make about $4,000 a month after tax with bonuses, or going to my passion, which is starting my window cleaning business. That's currently producing about $3,000 a month, and I only do that on the weekends. And so I'm at a point where I personally feel like I could start generating more if I had more than a weekend to, during the week to produce more.
Well, let me jump in. Let's jump in right there. Are you already getting calls and leads? In other words, people are going, hey, Armando, I'd love for you to come clean my windows, and you're having to push them out a few weekends just because of time. Is that already happening?
Yeah, I've had that a few times already. And that's we're just getting the website and everything set up this month. I've only had the business for about 10 months.
Where are you getting your leads? Where are
a lot of them are referrals and door-to-door.
Bro, first of all, let me just say, you will not lose. I love that your answer is referrals. That means you're doing a good job for people. And door-to-door, that means you hustle and you're not afraid to know. Armando, that right there is the success formula for entrepreneurs. So I love that. Do you have any personal debt?
I have no debt. I am debt-free.
All right. And then we call savings in a business retained earnings. In your business account, and I'm assuming you have one, yes or no?
I do not.
So you're just taking the money you're making from the window cleaning and running it through your personal finances?
I just put it in a savings account.
Oh, okay, good.
And just in a big account, currently saved up, because I paid off a bunch of debt recently. So Perfect. I now have $8,500 saved up.
Okay, so you have $8,500. Now, is that in the savings account that's just the window cleaning business, or is that a combination savings?
Combination savings, spending money to kind of go and play around with. I always keep in my checkings about $1,000.
Right. That's great, but here's the deal. So we teach a 3 to 6 month emergency fund after we pay off debt. Do you have your 3 to 6 months expenses is what? What's 3 months?
3 months really is only about. I believe it's $4,000. My expenses right now are only $1,200 a month. I am very blessed to not have to pay rent.
All right. So I want to move quickly, but I want to get Rachel in real quick. What would you think is a good amount on the emergency fund, just personally?
Yeah, I mean, where you're at right now, I mean, maybe
$5,000.
Yeah, okay. I was going to say not that much. It may change if your living situation changes, but for now, that.
So Armando, I'm going to recommend that you get a separate savings account for the window cleaning business. And for this example, I'm going to call it window cleaning, Armando's window cleaning, okay? You need a separate bank account for that, because my advice to everybody in this question, which is, when do I know that it's okay to leave my full-time job to go into my side hustle? And I want to see 6 to 12 months. I'm pretty conservative. I'd like to see 6 to 12 months of your salary saved in window cleaning bank account. All right. So that's just me. And the reason is because when you leave that full-time job, I don't want you thinking about the next 6 to 12 months of a payday. You got low cost of living now anyway, but that's my advice. And when you get that number saved up, whatever that number is, and let's just say it's $25,000, and you've got a pipeline stacked up, then I would say, see you later to my full-time job. I'd like to see you have 6 to 12 months expenses in the window cleaning company, saved, and then make the move. Rachel,
congrats though, Armando. That's awesome.
Thoughts on that real quick? Final word.
No,
I think
love
that's
it.
safe.
I think it's awesome, and I think you'll get there faster than what you expect, and you're going to kill it in the window cleaning world. Great job.
Thanks for the call.
Everywhere you turn this time of year, someone's telling you to swipe a card now and pay later. But that mindset always leads straight to debt and post-holiday stress. Fairwinds Credit Union takes a different approach. They're here to help you win with money. Fairwinds doesn't push credit cards. They help you build savings and stay debt-free, just like we teach, with the baby steps. And to do that, Fairwinds created the Smart Bundle with Ramsey fans in mind. It's more than a bank account. It's a tool to help you live with intention. The Smart Bundle includes a no-fee checking account, a high-yield savings account, and the exclusive Ramsey Be Weird debit card, which says debt is normal, be weird, right on the front. So every time you swipe it this Christmas season, it's a reminder that you're choosing a different path, to spend no more than you actually have, to avoid that January budget hangover, and to be free from debt traps. Go to fairwinds.org/Ramsey to open your smart bundle and get your Ramsey Be Weird debit card today. That's fairwinds.org/Ramsey, insured by the NCUA.
Rachel, the all-new Every Dollar is here, and folks, it is truly way more than just our world-class budgeting app. I've been talking about this on the show. I got a meeting with the team, and I said, show me just take me in the thing. Give me a tour, and it's amazing. It's literally like a digital version of us on the show for those who call in. The first 15 minutes of answering the questions that the team provides you in this app, they're going to help you find thousands of dollars immediately in savings. We're seeing this in an average of people who use it. You can start Every Dollar for free by going to the App Store or Google Play. Tons of advanced features, not just budgeting. Now, that's amazing, but the fact that you've got a digital coach, mentor, accountability partner, whatever you want to call it, all those facets are in there. Fantastic. So you got to go check it out and give it a whirl. It's free, and I'm going to tell you, you're going to love it. Donna is up next in West Virginia. Donna, how can we help?
Hi, Ken and Rachel. I love all the personalities, but Ken, I'm really glad you're there today. I love the way you spin a tale. You really make me chuckle. And I love your story from a few weeks ago about the welfare chicken. I grew up on a farm and can relate to that.
Thank you.
So,
yes, thank you. The welfare chicken.
You didn't get in trouble for telling them to sell the chicken.
I think I was on there with you during that.
I did not get in trouble, and I had forgotten about that, Donna, so thank you. That's really fun. Thank you. You're a sweet lady. By the way, I have to ask, where in West Virginia are you?
Oh, geez. Romney.
Okay,
do you know that town?
I think I've heard of it. Do you know Point Pleasant by any chance?
Oh, that's way far away. We're in the panhandle between Winchester, Virginia, and Cumberland, Maryland.
Yes. Okay. I was born in that little teeny town of Point Pleasant, West Virginia.
Point Pleasant.
5,000
I know where it is.
people.
I've been there.
Well, I got to tell you, not many people have.
It's across the state.
Yeah, that's right.
It's across the state. But,
all right, Donna.
Okay.
My sister from another mister here in West Virginia. How can we help today?
Well, I'm 69 and my husband is almost 71, and we started our careers in the 70s, and at that time people were saying, oh, you're so lucky, you have a pension, you'll have Social Security, you don't have to worry about retirement. So we didn't, and we're doing fine now with our pension and our Social Security, but we haven't saved a lot of money. And we had to put my mother in a nursing home last year, an extended care nursing home, and it really scared me and shocked me at the cost per month for that stay. And what my question is today, and I've been having friends tell me, you know, you need to sign your house over to your kids to save it from being taken and all of this. And I know Dave says that you shouldn't do that. I haven't heard him talk a lot about that, but I have heard him say that. And I was just wondering what the pros and cons are to that. And if there's no pros, what can we do, or is there something we can do to save our house?
Well, let's go back a step. What are we afraid that's going to happen that would even allow us to consider that advice? What are you afraid is going to happen?
Oh, for the signing your house over?
Yeah.
Oh, well, there's, I guess, a lot of things. I mean, I've been listening to the show long enough that I know if you have kids, if anything happens to your kids, then that can, if they're in an accident or anything like that.
But you're talking about your house.
Yeah. I'm talking about my house, yes.
In your
house that my husband and I own.
Sure. And you're worried you're going to lose it to who or why?
Oh, Medicare. I mean, if you can't pay, if you go into a nursing home,
Oh,
and you can't pay,
Medicaid's
they
going to
take your
look at.
possessions.
They're going to be
Yeah.
looking at your. Okay,
Now
I hear you.
Now we're caught up. Sorry, we weren't 100%
Yeah,
sure.
and the reason we
Sorry.
say that is because a little bit it feels like you're hiding assets when you just sign it
and
over.
that's what I wonder. I mean, I don't.
I know.
Yeah.
So
No.
yeah, not a great thing because you're basically lying to the government that you don't have an asset when you really do. So, okay, do you have long-term care insurance, Donna?
We do, but I got it. It's been probably before I realized the cost. My father-in-law went into just an assisted living, and his was about $3,500, $4,000 a month. So when we got our long-term care, it was very expensive anyway because I have some health issues, so it was high.
Sure.
And ours is only $3,000 a month.
Okay.
And then my mom's came up, and it was $14,500 a month, and I'm like, I was just in shock that it was that expensive.
Well, okay, so a couple of things to think about that we don't know yet. Because how old are you guys?
I'm 69. My husband's 71.
So a lot of different things. Number one, you don't know if you guys are going to need a nursing home anyways. Number two, if you did get to a point of a nursing home, there are things you can do. You can sell the house and use that to fund if you need to. There's also, what are you guys doing with your pension and all of that? What do you have coming in?
Per month, you mean what we have? We have,
yes.
It's like $9,942.
Okay.
So, I mean, it's decent. And we did just start 2 years ago. We have started putting some away. We both bought. I bought us and my husband a spouse. I'm still working a little bit.
Okay.
And I made enough money to be able to max out both a Roth for me and a spousal Roth for my husband. I did that when we got one of your pros.
Good, great.
And he said to get one. We got him in April, and he said, "Oh, hurry up and get a Roth before April 15th
for the taxes." Yeah, that's right.
So we did that, and then when we finally sat down with him, we had enough money saved to do another one for 2025.
Wonderful.
Max it out.
So what do you have total?
Started.
What do you guys have total?
We have $32,000 in Roth right now, and then we were playing around just during the years, and we have about 50 that our financial advisor is rolling over, about 50,000 that he's rolling over into IRAs now that we're still in with the companies that we retired from.
Okay.
So just below 100,000. And then what is your house worth?
About 400,000.
Okay. Yeah. So it would be one of these things. If you guys did get into that situation, whether it's the insurance, some savings, whatever you can put together, to get into a nursing home. And I'll be honest on it. It sounds horrible, but there is a stat that once you enter into a nursing home, on average, there's not that long of a stay usually. Sometimes it is, sometimes it's not either. So it is kind of one of the last steps that family members will take if they're not able to care for their family member. And so that would be kind of that last step, if you will. So if I was in your shoes, I may ask about upping the long-term care. I'm just curious what other options are out there for you guys. I would be looking at that because that's going to be very helpful type of insurance for you all if the time comes that you need in-house care, nursing home, all of it. And you guys also are sitting on a great asset. And you know what I mean? If something were to happen to either you or your husband and you did get to a point that you guys didn't have the money to cash flow it, and yet there was a nursing home that you knew they needed to be in, him or yourself, there's always the possibility of selling the house, and figuring out what to do there. So,
Donna, I'm going to give you something. Rachel made a great point. I looked it up. The average length of stay in a nursing home is 485 days. Now, of course, this varies, but averages do play out. So you're looking at about, a year, 3-4 months. So, it's horrible but that's the reality. And we're talking about that. So, between the pension and everything, I mean, Rachel, you make a very good point. It's not like you got to fund this crazy amount for 5 years. So I think you guys are doing everything you can. How much longer do you think you're going to work?
As long as I can. I love it.
Oh, good.
Do you work full time?
No. I do occasionally. I'm a teacher, and sometimes I'll take a long-term sub job, and sometimes right now I'm just doing day to day, and
I'll bet the kids love when Donna shows up to be the sub. You seem like a really nice sub.
So
Yeah.
I hope they do.
Yeah,
They
I
always
got a good
say they
feeling.
do, but
Yeah. Well, that's good. And what about your husband? Is he officially done working or still working?
Yes.
Okay.
No, he's officially done. He's a golfer. He's fallen into the golf.
I love it.
As much as he
Good for
can.
him.
Well, at least there's a little bit of a foreshadowing of watching your mom and how expensive it has been for, or your mom or your dad, that you guys can start planning. That if that time were to come, how would we be able to cash flow that?
Yeah.
So, thanks for the call, Donna.
Do we know if people can search welfare chickens on Spotify or YouTube and find that rant? Do we know? We don't know.
I'm sure you could try.
Well, they can't. Oh, you all missed it. It was really great. Donna said so. Welcome back to the Ramsey Show in the Fairwinds Credit Union studio. Alongside Rachel Cruze, I'm Ken Coleman. Thanks for being with us. We're here for you. 888-825-5225 is the phone number. Let's go to Caitlin, who joins us in Charlotte, North Carolina. Caitlin, how can we help?
Hi, good afternoon. I'm a recent college graduate from West Virginia University, and I will start paying student loan debt come January, and I want to know what is the best and effective way to go about that.
How much student loans do you have?
They will be around $26,000.
And is it multiple loans?
Yes.
Okay, so what's the smallest amount?
The smallest amount, I believe, is about $5,000.
Okay. All right, so is that the only debt you have?
Yes, that is the only debt I have.
All right. Rachel, walk her through the baby steps.
Are you working?
Yes, ma'am. I work a full-time job.
Great. How much do you make a month? How much do you bring in?
About a month, maybe $1,500 to $1,800 a month.
A month. Okay. What are you doing?
I work at a boutique.
A boutique. Okay.
What kind of boutique?
A women's boutique, just a locally owned.
Like a spa?
No, like a clothing store.
Women's clothing.
Oh, sorry, a little slow on that.
Didn't know
one.
what
I was like, well, there's lots of different boutiques. There's like boutique hotels,
Fair.
boutique spas. Sorry,
Fair. Okay.
None of this matters.
Yeah.
Why do you? Why? I have a question on your income.
Yeah.
That's
not
for
not
a college grad. That is way below what your expectations were. I'm guessing. Yes or no?
Yes, so I've had this job for about 2 years. I worked this job throughout college, and that is the job I'm still currently at.
Okay. What'd you get your degree in?
Business and marketing.
So what do you want to do? And I'm not going to put you under pressure here on a show live, but give me a general idea. It doesn't have to be a company and a title, but describe the work that you went to school for that you would love to have if I could just wave my pencil in the air and give it to you.
Well, the work I would be interested in is going into law school.
Okay. So we went for business and marketing and we're like, this is not what I want to do, but I'm just going to finish it. And then somewhere along the way, we discovered I want to be a lawyer and a specific type of lawyer.
Corporate law, sir.
Corporate law. Okay. So a tie into the business and marketing.
Yes.
Okay. What's law school going to cost you?
Law school is probably going to cost me around probably $100,000.
And where are you going?
I have not yet made my decision, but I'll be taking the LSAT soon.
Okay, great. I want to make a quick commercial and I'll hand it to Rachel. But you got to get
go.
two things. Number one, you need to get your income up. Right.
Yeah, you should be making double.
I don't even care what you're doing.
Yeah.
At this point, you need a target of $40,000 to $50,000. Let's just put it out there. I don't want to limit you to that, but you just need to get out there and find something because more cash, the better. Now, and Rachel will tell you what to do with that cash. But I just want to make a point on the LSAT. Years ago, I interviewed a law school expert on this, and this is a fact, by the way. There are certain schools, you're going to have to do your homework on this, but you can figure it out easily, that based on your LSAT score, Rachel, if you get a high enough LSAT score, they will give you a full ride. And the reason is, these aren't the prolific ones. Let me just go ahead and tell you. This isn't
not
Harvard.
Harvard, yeah.
It's not the big time schools.
Harvard
These are
Law.
the schools who nobody wants to go to their law school. So therefore, they're trying to get people into their law school because they want lawyers out there, and they will give full rides. So these are going to be smaller schools, not as well known, but they have legit law schools. And let me just make my pitch on this. Nobody cares where you got your law degree from. And so the trade-off is, Caitlin, you have to pay for the LSAT. And if you need to take the LSAT 5 times, take it. If we're aiming for, and we feel like, the tutors will tell you, we can get you to this score, which gets you a free ride. So that's my commercial.
Yeah, it's worth investing,
It's
5-6 grand, or I mean, honestly, when you think about it,
totally
with
is.
tutors and everything.
And I don't know what the current LSAT
to
cost
get
is, but
$100,000 degree for free. So
yeah, so that's what you need more money for.
yes,
Plus, we got to pay off these loans. So Rachel, tell her how we pay off these loans.
and that needs to be your way to law school, Caitlin. I really want you to see that, because you're going to be $126,000 in debt if you don't. So we want to really work hard to avoid all those student loans. So it's getting your income up, Caitlin. So, I mean, I really hate to say it, but I would probably be looking for another job. I think it was a great thing to get you through college. But now that you're a college grad, you made that investment for a reason. And so now we need to go ROI it, and we need to go, get a job, like Ken said, making $40,000-$50,000 a year. And I would limit all my expenses. I would live on nothing, and I would make it a goal to get this paid off in 18 months, 16 months, 14 months, And so, I really think you can. If you, do you have rent? Are you living at home? What's your living status?
I live at home
Okay.
with my family.
Okay, so no rent. So I would take full advantage and make a really, really aggressive goal of getting this paid off, and then at the same time be looking at the LSAT stuff and make that also a part-time job. So I don't know right now if it's a full-time job that you go and find, a receptionist. I mean, anything. Like, just go and answer phones. I mean, do something. Or if you do the boutique during the day and you wait tables at night and you're doing a two-day, two job a day kind of thing to double this income. But this income needs to be doubled, Caitlin.
Yeah.
You're a college grad, and I think that you have things to offer. And again, it's kind of back to this college degree conversation, that you got your degree for a reason, to go and create a career. And so taking that knowledge and going and doing that and upping this income is going to be your number one goal.
Because, Caitlin, here's the deal. You are young enough, and this debt is small enough that you could pay this off in a year. But you got to make more income to where you're putting $2,000 a month away. So like Rachel said, what must be true for me to be able to sock $2,000, $2,500 a month away at the $26,000 loan? Knock that out and get it out of the way before the interest starts hurting you. Okay. Because I know people that have your amount of loan debt, and they're paying it for 15, 20 years because they're never catching up because of the interest payment. So you want to get this out of your life. And I'm telling you, if you trust me and you do your research, you can go to law school for free or for a very reduced amount that you can cash flow. And most people don't know that. And please do that, because you're going to just be so much more at peace. So there's your homework assignment. Pretty straightforward, but you got to hustle.
Yep.
So thanks for the call. Rachel, that is, I love when we get that call. And I'll be honest, I've not interviewed people in other lanes, but I would almost bet you there's other professional lanes like that where certain schools are going, like med schools are going, well, we want to get people in here. And the sticker price on a Vanderbilt, which is in the shadow of our campus here, versus a small school.
Totally, yes. And it's an ego play to go to if someone's like, hey, where are you going to law school? And it's a
Harvard Law.
That maybe, or you're going to one that no one's ever heard of. You got to have some humility to it.
Yeah.
But you're doing it in a wise way. Yeah. You know what I mean? And so there's something so
smart about it. But it just rarely comes up.
Yes,
your clients aren't going to go, hey, I've heard rumors that you got your law degree from Greenbrier State.
I mean, you think about vet school, law school, med school. I bet George Camel, when he took his dogs into the vet, he didn't say, let me see your degree before. He said, save my dogs. That was all last week. So
that poor guy.
I'm telling you.
That poor guy and his dogs. It's like a soap opera around here, folks. We don't have time to cover it.
We'll have him cover it, George, if he hosts here in the next week.
Buying or selling your home is a big deal, folks, and with all the clickbait headlines and all of the social media traps and all of the little hacks and all the things, it can be confusing and a lot of conflicting data. And so we're here, as always, to give you the real and tell you about the latest trends. So let's just take a quick snapshot. Median home prices have continued to hold steady around $424,000. In October, about 1 in 5 houses saw a price cut, which means buyers might have more room this winter to negotiate to get a better price. Mortgage rates dipped slightly to 5.49% in October, giving some buyers breathing room, but rates are unpredictable. The best time to buy is when you're financially ready, not when they drop. So if you'd like to learn more about the housing market trends and get free tools to help you buy or sell with confidence, go to RamseySolutions.com/market. That's RamseySolutions.com/market. Or if you're on YouTube or podcast, click the link in the show notes. Nick is up in Detroit, Michigan. Nick, how can we help?
Hey, hello, guys. Thanks. Grateful for the time, by the way. Appreciate it.
Sure.
Yeah, so I own a business. I've owned it about 10 years now. I've grown it from, grossing maybe like $80K a year to now we're about $1.5 million a year.
Congrats.
But,
what kind of business?
Oh, appreciate it. Well, we are mortuary transport, so we move the deceased.
Oh, is that right?
Yeah. So, now, I'm sure you guys get that a lot.
Well, no, and so I just think this is interesting. So 10 seconds on this is that we're not talking about the hearse. We're talking about to the funeral home from the hospital or from people's home.
Yeah, precisely. Yeah, actually, it's everything. The hearse is included. So
you do that as well.
Rented.
You do the funeral.
Yep, it gets rented. Yep.
Got it. Okay.
Yep.
Fantastic.
Yep,
So
cold storage, all of it.
Oh, wow. Okay, great. So keep going.
Yeah. So the issue is growth is awesome. It went well. I was always on top of it, but it maybe was a little too quick. And I know Dave would hate me for it. Maybe all you guys would, but I have loans, a lot of them, and so it's about $580,000. And so the main question is, my goal is to try to pay that off as quick as possible. But people that I admire, and they're very intelligent people, don't think that I have the funds readily available for emergencies to do that, and that I shouldn't do that.
Well, just give us your picture. So we know you have $580,000 in loans just for the business, correct?
Correct.
And what is the monthly payment to service that debt?
So it's about $18,000.
$18,000 a month. Okay, and then
yep.
Give me a picture. Are you planning? You expect to do $1.5 million this year, 2025?
I am. Yep.
And that's
actually,
top.
We were doing 2.2, so we got hit hard. It came down, but yeah, that's definitely sticking around.
Okay, so 1.5 top line. That's your gross.
Yep.
Okay. What kind of retained earnings do you have? Do you have any savings in the business?
Yeah. So some of the stats that are probably helpful is that it varies from about maybe $110,000 to about $150,000 a month. And the profits can range from negative $10,000 to about positive $30,000. That's a snapshot from this year. It's in pretty average.
How many months? Okay, but how many out of the 12 months were you in the negative?
Once at negative $2,000 and once negative $5,000.
Okay, and
then
your best,
that includes paying it off.
Gotcha. And your best month is $30,000 profit,
correct,
actual net profit.
And how much are you bringing home?
I pay myself $40,000. I'm just trying to build something.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't spend money in my personal life or do much, but a really cool way, though.
Sure. Yeah. How many people do you have working for you?
I got 25 employees.
Okay. Because I'm just trying to think where you can be lean on the expenses side, because that's the way you're going to be getting, obviously.
What's the debt vehicles?
There's about maybe 200 in vehicles. I had to take 200 out for taxes that weren't paid. So that was a big hit. So I'm just paying back payroll taxes.
All right. Did we learn our lesson on that?
We did. I hired a new CPA. Not that it's, I should be looking at it too. It's my fault.
Right. That's okay. Not judging, but just want to make sure that
was on it. Yeah.
We've now adjusted for that, and we're never going to have that surprise again. So that's good news.
Of course. Yep.
Well, I think your friends are wrong if they're saying they shouldn't pay it off. But
yeah, I only have $50K in reserve, and so their concern was if you have a couple bad months in a row, then you'd be done. And it's not an unwarranted concern, but 5 years to 2 years, it just seems really appealing.
To keep
to be debt free, like instead of 5 years, to be debt free in 2
I think
years.
you can do it, but
Yes.
again, it's the same advice we give other people, Rachel. We don't tell them to just go. I mean, it's a baby step process, right? We say smallest to largest when we're talking to personal debt, and so in your case, you're just chipping away at it. And so you've got to come up with a business budget too that goes, all right, I'm going to have some variable numbers here. It's just the nature of the business. So it's really locking in. Rachel, start to correct me when I get wrong here, but you're looking every month at the books. And when the books are cleared that month, we know, okay, this month we cleared $5,000 net. That's after paying you and everybody else. Okay, well then that's going to change how much we're going to put towards the debt.
debts,
But then we got a big month of $30,000. We can put more, and so it's just being really disciplined and looking each month to do what you can, and as you grow, knock this thing out.
Yeah,
But,
is it seasonal, Nick, at all for you? The ups and downs?
Not really. No,
Okay.
it's pretty steady. Maybe winter's a little busier, but not enough to be like seasonal work.
What can I ask a really dumb question?
Sure.
I understand it's about people dying. But aside from that, what causes it to drop from 2 point whatever million you said, forgive me for forgetting, to 1.5?
Well, in my case, it was a client.
A client that was, I don't know how to say it.
because we work for all the funeral homes, or we're the counties, the medical examiners, colleges, Gift of Life.
So a client dropped off.
Yeah. Correct.
Okay.
Yeah, big one.
So are you in the process of replacing them?
I mean, that's the goal. I mean, I'm sure every business has its challenges, but in this industry, it's just super slow to change. If you have a director of a funeral home, they use the service for 30 years.
Right.
Unless there's a reason to change.
Yeah, you got to
unfortunately,
really
I just kind of be there. Just be ready.
Yeah, it's so relational.
Otherwise, I get creative other ways.
Okay. All right. I was just curious about that. So, I mean, this is Rachel, thoughts on that? I mean, this is just a...
And I was just trying to run some quick math.
Do you think that like $50,000 in the bank, as far as like maybe like that just being the reserve amount, is that comfortable? You would think with $50,000 payroll a month.
I would probably do 3 months reserved.
3 months, yeah.
I would do 3 months.
So $150,000. I mean, so for me to save that much, that might be a year or two, right? So
that's correct.
Right. So I would probably lower that.
That'd be first.
Yeah, because always, Nick, too, if you're being aggressive on the debt and you have 2 bad months and you only have 1 left, you could pause the aggression on the debt, stockpile some money, pause that for about 3 months to pile up some money, and then press play back on getting out of debt. But I mean, I would have a goal to try to do all of this. And gosh, I mean, if you stayed focused,
I can be focused.
I mean, give yourself 2 years. I don't know of what you can do to be very aggressive.
Your business. What would you, if you have a bang up year, like just phenomenal growth, or just a great year, $2 million year?
Yeah, at this point, any growth is majorly profit, so majority profit, I'm at that line, right?
All right, so after you get the 3 months of retained earnings in there to be able to cover payroll, every nickel of the operation, what do you think you could put away in a year towards debt?
Towards debt? Yeah, I mean, I don't think 2 years is out of the question. I think that could be done. I mean, if I'm paying $18,000 right now in that debt, and I have some months where I'm making 10 or 20, of course I could, be doing 30.
Yeah.
I think you're going to feel. Listen, that's the play. You're going to love not having any debt on this business. Can you imagine? Can you imagine just for a second not having $18,000 a month going out to service that debt?
Yeah, that's why I feel like sometimes I'm like, oh man, my business is not doing well, but I'm like, no, it's healthy. It just needs to come through. It just needs to make it through this this moment.
Yeah.
Yeah, I would probably make a 2-year goal and just say, you know what, and especially if you lowered what you have, that's going to throw a big chunk at it, which is really great, and get the IRS debt paid off first, the $200 that you owed the IRS, and then everything else, start chipping away at it. But I think if you stay focused and diligent, Nick, honestly, I think you're going to see a lot of progress, and throwing that extra at it, I think it's great. Business is business. I don't know. I guess we need Nick's business.
Everybody's dying. It's horrible. I'm trying not to make any jokes. It's a very serious topic, but it's just like, I wanted to know what was affecting his business. He's like, well, it's a little busier in the winter. I'm like, oh boy. All right, it's time for a fun call here with Steven, who is a Baby Steps millionaire. He's in Minnesota. Let's bring him on here. Steven, how are you today?
I'm just fine and dandy.
I'll bet you are, sir. As a Baby Steps millionaire, you don't have a whole lot of gripes, do you?
Not too much.
All right.
I could gripe and whine, but nobody's going to listen to me anyway.
You know what, Steven? I appreciate that, because for a second I thought you were going to give me a few, and I thought, I opened up a can of worms here. But hey, we are so excited to talk to you. Tell us how old you are, Steven.
I'm 72.
72. Okay, and what is your net worth?
Net worth is around $4.7 million.
$4.7 million.
What is that made up of?
Multiple things. Land. I'm a farmer, retired farmer. I call it unemployed, but
no, retired. We'll say retired.
I've invested in some apartment complexes, IRAs, stocks.
Great. Yeah, that's awesome. What was the, from an income perspective, Steven, what was the lowest you've ever made in your life?
The lowest I've ever made, probably lost about $20,000 or $30,000.
Oh, a negative. Okay, that's good. A negative.
That's one of the problems with farming is it's not always profitable.
Sure.
You can have a real bad year.
Yeah. What was the best year you ever had?
The best year I've ever had, probably between $250,000.
Great. Well done.
Again, it all depends on crop yields and market prices and.
What was your specialty? Was it crops?
It raised corn and soybeans, and I also raised hogs. Later on, started out with a cow herd.
Nice. Very nice. You did a little bit of everything. All right. Now, a question we love to ask our Baby Step millionaires is, did you inherit any of the $4.7 million?
Yes, I did. I inherited probably about $800,000 in land from my dad when he passed away.
Okay.
Which was about, I'm thinking about 18 years ago.
Okay.
All right.
But you made $4 million on your own. It's very impressive.
Yeah, between me and my wife, yeah.
Yes. Yeah. As a family.
Can't forget her.
That's awesome.
Now, was she active? Was she active in the business, the farming business?
She was actually a registered nurse.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
And
very nice.
To put it bluntly, she probably worked to support my farming habit.
That's a good lady. That's awesome. Okay, do you have a degree?
Yes, I do. I have a degree in animal science.
Nice. And what was your GPA?
2.004.
Yes.
Hey, that's my kind of guy right there. I'm not even sure I sniffed 2.0, Rachel, in college.
Squeaked out.
I was probably in that range.
Yes.
Well, my college years, I had an elbow problem that went from the table to my mouth. It got into. I've always claimed that I've only been drunk once in my life. It just lasted 5.5 years.
You like the beer? Did you, Steven?
A little too much.
Well,
he
that explains.
He enjoyed his college.
He did. And you know what? He got through 2.0, and now he's lived to tell about it. I appreciate the honesty, Steven.
The honesty's good.
You're a hero all across America, I'm sure. Fantastic stuff. All right.
The other thing is it did take me 17.5 years to get that degree.
That's right. Oh, really?
Taking classes here and there, all over the place, and getting married and having kids. Just stuck it out.
Yeah.
You know, I've never heard of the 17.5-year plan. That's really fun.
Not much of a plan.
No, not at all. But you've done well. Okay. So, do you drive brand new cars?
No, not very often. I did buy my wife the last car I bought. I actually bought her a new one.
Good. What kind of car?
It's a Kia Sorento.
Oh, great. The Kias. And did you pay cash?
Yes.
Okay.
We've been paying cash for our vehicles for a long time. One of the things that we have done is my dad was very good about teaching me some different things about finance that line up with the Financial Peace program.
Mm-hmm.
One of the things that he taught me is that if you borrow money, it's easy to borrow money, but it's a bugger to pay it back.
Well said. Well said.
But even in spite of that, he also said, don't use your own money, use somebody else's.
Well, that doesn't make sense.
No, it doesn't.
I was going to say, not sure that aligns with the show, but you just wanted to tell us what he said anyway, which is great. All right, so is there any advice you would give to your 25-year-old self or 25-year-olds that are maybe drinking a little too hard in college right now? And they want to win financially? What would you tell them?
Just keep working. My wife and I both. I mean, you guys always preach the best way to get out of debt and get wealth is to work hard and increase your income. Even though my wife is a registered nurse, I mean, she worked multiple jobs. She's got her own little sewing business where she digitizes designs, which she actually sells over the internet all over the world. And then she sews them out for people too. And she played organ at the church. She actually taught college.
Oh my gosh.
2 different colleges taught nursing programs at 2 different colleges for a while.
Wow.
Well-rounded lady.
Yeah, I kind of outkicked my coverage with her.
How long have you guys been married?
Well, you'd have to ask her. She's listening in, but she'll tell you 51, but I say 50 good years.
Okay.
I feel like there's
a couple days here, a couple days there where it wasn't
average
so good.
Out.
It was usually my fault.
Now I'm catching up. I'm going to use that one myself, Stephen, if you don't mind. That's good. So she would say, I like that.
50 though, congratulations.
Yeah,
51.
congratulations.
That's amazing. That's
Yeah,
amazing.
That's awesome.
Yeah,
Actually, we were high school sweethearts, so I've been hanging around with that woman for almost 55 years, 56 years.
God bless her, man.
Okay, what marriage advice do you have, Stephen? Being married 50 years, what would you say to someone that's newlywed?
Love this.
Maintain communication.
Mm-hmm.
Keep talking to each other. That's the important thing, and I mean that's one of the biggest things in our finances too is that we're always talking to each other. Just constantly letting each other know where we're at, what we need, what we want. Can we do this? Can we not do that? And be willing to be honest and sometimes say no, we can't do that.
Yep, and be on the same page with it.
Yep.
Love that.
That's great, Stephen.
Well, Stephen, thank you so much for sharing your Baby Steps Millionaire story. It's always fun, Rachel, to walk through the journey of these folks, whether they be 41, 51, 61, 71, whether they,
He had some good one-liners in there, Ken. And so did you. May I quote you, Ken?
Yes.
When we asked what kind of car he bought his wife a Kia Sorento, and you said, "Oh, the Kias, they're a family."
I hear good things about the Kias. I've never owned one.
It literally sounds like a family. I don't know why. It just made me chuckle. It made Kelly laugh too.
Yeah.
Oh, the Kias.
Well, it's a relatively new car brand in the U.S. I don't know much about it. Quick poll in the audience.
Oh, the Toyotas.
Thumbs up on the Kias or thumbs down in the audience?
Oh, we're getting mixed reviews.
Wow. No
Steven,
mix. It's like 90% thumbs down.
Stephen, you may not have picked a great car for the wife. I don't know.
I got to go get Consumer Reports. This will be...
Check the Hondas or the
We know
the
Hondas
Toyotas.
and Toyotas have lasted a long time.
Oh, the Kias.
Oh, the Kias. Our scripture of the day is Jeremiah 9:23. This is what the Lord says, "Let not the wise boast of their wisdom, or the strong boast of their strength, or the rich boast of their riches." Our quote today from Thomas Sowell. We all enter the world knowing nothing, but by the time we're teenagers, we know it all. Sometimes it's decades later before we know enough to realize how little we know.
Ooh, that's good.
Boy, I'm living that right now.
I agree with that.
I got a 16, 17, and 20, and you'd think I was a village idiot. Like, I'm surprised Dad knows how to get to work and get back home. Is it raining? Is Dad out there standing in the middle of the rain?
Dad, come on, Dad. They just think you are just stupid. Is that it?
It's coming. It's coming.
I know.
You got 3.
Because they think we are just
right now. You're heroes.
I mean, yeah.
You are the sun, the moon, the stars.
Yes, and then it turns.
Middle school, it starts to turn, and then full-blown teenager, you've lost your mind.
You just think.
It's a miracle Mom can dress herself.
It's unbelievable.
It's that kind of thing. It's just part of it.
Oh my gosh.
Keeps you humble.
And then you realize, oh, they do know something.
Right.
And then you realize in your own life, wow, I may not know as much as I thought. Maybe the world is bigger than what I was even thinking, you know?
That's right.
And you start thinking.
Yeah.
Oh man,
it's hard
so
to
goes
come
life.
to work every day and give advice on the radio when you feel like an idiot all the time at home. I'm in a state of confusion all the time. Anyway, it's part of it, folks. Welcome to Parenting Teenagers.
Whatever, your kids love you. We had dinner. We had lunch
love
with
is there.
Love with
they can
Ty.
love an idiot.
I know we had lunch with some of our team and Ty.
We did
when we were in Chicago. Yes, he loves you, kid. It's great.
But they still think you're stupid. Gary is up next in Austin, Texas. Gary, how can we help?
Hey, Ken and Rachel, thanks for taking my call. My wife and I, we've been married. We had our 20-year anniversary back in January, and we realized.
Congratulations.
Oh, thank you. We should be further along financially than we are. I think we're doing okay, but we could be doing way better. And basically, my debt right now, we have $12,000 we owe on one car, and we owe $7,000 on our 3 teenagers' orthodontic bill.
Oh
yeah.
Boy, I've got post-traumatic on that, dude. That's brutal. Yeah.
Yeah. So, but other than that, we have no other debt. I do have a beneficiary IRA that I got back in 2010 when my grandpa passed away.
Okay.
It had $24,000 at the time. I'd taken the minimum distribution out every year, and now it's about $70,000. Of course, every day with the market right now, it's kind of fluctuating.
Sure.
But my question is, and plus my teenagers, we have 2 cars at home, and we're looking to potentially get a 3rd car because they want to go out and work, but it's hard because I have 4 kids. Well, I also have a 4-year-old, by the way, so it's a crazy dynamic. But my teenagers want to go work, but it's hard because we have to shift the car around because we only have the 2, and it becomes because both my boys now can drive.
How old are they?
So we want to have a little, maybe $5,000 to $8,000 in cash to buy a car. So basically, my question is, if I took out, say, $20,000 or $25,000 from that beneficiary IRA, I know it'd have tax implications, but would it be worth it to pay off my orthodontist and my car? So we have 2 cars owned outright in cash, and then we could potentially buy a 3rd car in cash, and then that way I can move on to the baby steps from there.
No, I really wouldn't. I don't think I would unplug that IRA. I mean, I just feel like that's invested. I think there's a part of that you would pay taxes on it for sure. But there's a part of me that wonders, okay, how much money do you guys make?
It fluctuates with overtime, but somewhere around $180 a year.
$180 a year? Okay. Yeah. Why don't we live on 90 and do all of this?
Yeah, I mean,
live on 90 for a year.
$7,000 in dental, $12,000 in a car. Yes?
Correct.
That's it. That's the only debt.
Yes.
And whose car is the $12,000 on?
It's my wife. Well, it's both cars are ours. Our teenagers primarily use the one car, and my wife and I use the other. I have a work vehicle that I can take that I use most of my days for work, but when I can't use it when I'm not at work.
Yeah, Gary, just cash flow this. I mean, part of the baby steps is a level of changing sacrifice. You know, if you cash out this IRA, nothing in your life has to change. You're just plugging in money and fixing your problems. And you're unplugging something that actually is going to be able to go up in value so quickly over time. And because how much is in the IRA?
That particular one is $70,000.
70. Yeah, I don't think I would do it. I would lower lifestyle, Gary. I would have you guys be on a really, really tight budget for 1 year and get all this knocked out?
So we've been doing the Every Dollar app since our anniversary last January, and we have been making progress at it. I guess my thoughts are I really want to get to I'm 43 years old, and I do have two Roth IRAs now, but they're just not as much. I started when I was 18, and I'm just disappointed that mine's only worth $100,000 and my wife's is like $60,000. I'm like, gosh, I thought by this point in my life I'd have more because I haven't been able to contribute as much, or I should say I haven't contributed as much. So basically my thought is if I just took this out, deal with the tax, and then I could start really hitting that 15%, amount toward my retirement and kind of loading it earlier.
I understand your reasoning. But I'm with Rachel on this, and I would tell you to channel the thought, the emotion you just gave us, which is, gosh, I only have 160, and I wish I had more. And you don't want to touch that because that's working for you. And so I would take that angst, that frustration, and I'd figure out how to make more money. I'd figure out how to sell some stuff. I'd figure out a way for the two high schoolers to get to their jobs in other ways or whatever. And I would knock these debts out. $19,000 on your income,
I know,
is very, very doable. We're talking about, and you don't have to answer this on the air, but this is the homework assignment. What would need to change, or what would you all need to do? I'm talking about you and your wife collectively as a team. What would you need to do to be able to put $2,000 a month towards the $19,000? And I just think if you frame it that way, you might be surprised about how doable that is. And now we're doing this in less than a year.
Okay.
And now you're building the emergency fund.
Do you guys have savings at all anywhere else?
A little. I mean, I save. We have a school account. Our kids have been homeschooled, and so it's actually more expensive than. It's not crazy expensive, but it's $3,000 a semester probably we pay for them. So we have money for that. That's really allocated for that.
Sure. But anything else in savings?
Just $1,000. We recently brought it down to $1,000 to help pay down the car.
Okay, gotcha.
Here's a crazy thing. Real quick, let's just run through this super fast. Well, the $12,000 car, what's it worth if you were to sell it private sale?
Probably mid-20s.
All right.
To high 20s.
Since we're being uncomfortable, and we're telling you to be uncomfortable, and Rachel's right, let me tell you what I would do. Now, I'm extreme on this, Rachel. You tell me if you think this is too extreme on this one, but I'd sell the car and knock that debt out. What's that monthly payment?
The minimum is like just under $400.
All right, so here's what happens. If it's worth $22,000 and you owe $12,000, if I'm doing the math right, you're going to have somewhere in the $8,000 to $10,000 range off the sale of that. You go get an $8,000 to $10,000 car. And it is what it is. We're in a season right now of rebuilding, and you're jump-starting the rest of your life. So we're going to make a sacrifice. What we just did there is we paid for the car, the secondary, we're paying for another car cash, and we just freed up $400 a month. That's what I would do. Is that too extreme?
No, not necessarily.
Because I know there's only 12 left, and I know that's why, but,
Yeah, I mean, you guys can make some moves, Gary, to Ken's point, to get this cleaned up. I mean, you really could.
Now you only got $7,000 left.
Yeah.
And $400 extra to put towards that.
Right.
I mean, if I wanted to get it out of the way quickly, that's what I would do, and not take the easy button and pay taxes. And I don't want to mess with my investments right now at 43 years of age. I don't want to touch that. I need that to be growing.
Well, and my other thing is, I'm like, it's $180,000 income. I'm like, I think you guys could really do this in a year. I really do. So I think there's something about the discipline, which you guys you've started. The $1,000 and you're throwing the rest of the debt. It's amazing. But I just don't think I wouldn't touch IRAs. I really wouldn't.
Yeah, I agree with you. All right, folks, remember there's ultimately only one way to financial peace, and that's to walk daily with the Prince of Peace, Christ Jesus.